Lower out the drugs, you have to stay clean. Put down the weed and lower the vaping. My name is John Jackson. I'm telling you to stay clean and lower out the drugs and things.
According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, 15% of Jamaica's teens are using nicotine, and that's roughly 420,000 Jamaican youth. Now, that's alarming, and they are using it in the form of e-cigarettes and vape. We're here today with the National Council on Drug Abuse, NCDA, at the Meadowbrook High School in Kingston. Today is No to Tobacco World Day. Let's see what all this is about, and let's talk to some interesting people on the day's proceedings.
No, 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 no. Say no to the smoking. Hey, say no to the Molly thing.
The day is observed under the theme Unmasking the Appeal, Countering Nicotine and Tobacco Addiction.
Well, go on, Meadowbrook. You good? You there? You there? You there? You there?
All the presenters of the day's proceedings were very colorful, and they had the children's attention right through it all.
I have one thing to tell you. That you can be the generation that makes a difference when it comes to eradicating substance use and abuse in your generation. You ready? So when it is that we talk about a World No Tobacco Day, what do you think that means? No vaping, no smoking, no tobacco, no nicotine, no ganja, no D-juice, come on, no cigarette, no oxy, you know them girl, come on. No cocaine, no Molly, no element, no sunny. Aye. See, we can live in a world where it is, we don't have none of that. Say none of that. None of that. Yeah? Because what you have a brain that can work absolutely fine without none of that. Yeah? No cap, right? So the intention is to be able to make sure that your life is so filled up with good stuff that you learn how to be able to manage that stress and you understand that you have everything you need already to do this well. I greet you well. Have a good day.
Today, what we'll be discussing, as I said before, vapes, vaping, and its effects. Why do teenagers vape, or why do students vape? Peer pressure. Why people vape?
Because it has an addictive chemical in it.
Yes, so we spoke about the nicotine. All right, we spoke about it being flavorful. It reduced stress, so all of those mental health problems.
When they see it on social media, they want to try it.
So it's appealing. It is something that is trending.
It gives you a sense of euphoria.
It gives you a high feeling, the euphoria. No, not great. All right?
They want to test the feeling of being high.
Go again.
They want to test the feeling of being high.
Or they want to be high. All right. And so there are three things. So one, vapes are flavorful. Tell me some of the flavors, them.
One flavor?
Yes.
Grape.
All right.
Blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry. All right.
Watermelon ice.
Watermelon ice. All right.
Strawberry.
Blueberry, strawberry, spearmint.
Peach ice.
Go again?
Peach ice.
Peach ice. I've never heard of that one.
Berry blast.
Berry blast. Okay.
Fruit punch.
Mental ice.
Mental ice. Okay. So vapes. One, vapes are considered flavorful, and you guys listed the flavors. So when you start using a vape, you just continue until the canister is empty, and you may go through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those. I remember I said one canister is 120 pack of cigarette. Imagine doing 2, 3, 4, and it depends on the size as well. It is attractive and it is trending. So they made it catchy. The packages, they are so appealing to the eyes, and that is what you guys want. It does something to the brain. It increases your curiosity, and that makes you want to try this substance or this device.
I'm going to ask you, what day is today? And what are we commemorating? World what? Back a day. But guess what? It's also Move for Health Day as well. And so we're talking about treating your body right. Treating your body right. Look after your body. Yes? Know your body, what you eat, what you put in there. Do you know what you are, what you eat? Yes? You know it's important. And so that's why we talk about not smoking, not vaping, because we know it can, yes, it can kill you, but before it kill you, it can be a slow kill. You know what slowly kill? Yes? Right, you feel good, and then you get all of these other illnesses that, boy, you have to visit doctor all the time, you have to take this pill, you end up in a hospital, right? Do you know that if you smoke tobacco or tobacco smoke affects every part of the body? Can anyone tell me? And we don't have our prizes on site. I'm going to have to send them to you. Yes. Did not come with my prize. But can anybody tell me what is a health effect of tobacco smoke? Anybody? Yes. What disease it causes? Hold on, she was first.
Miss, it can cause lung diseases like tuberculosis. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Well, it sounds like she well read. Yes, yes. Smoking affects every part, every system in the body. So it causes heart disease, it causes type 2 diabetes, it causes asthma, it causes all sorts of cancers. It causes yellowing of the teeth. Do you know that it causes your teeth to get yellow and your skin to age? Yes? Yes, you ever seen that? Those are the things that you see up front. So, yes, if you're smoking weed, yes. Or if you're smoking cigarettes as well, it's very addictive. So cigarettes are very, very addictive. Many people who start smoking find it very hard to stop. And so this is why we are here today, because we don't want you to start, but if you know somebody who's smoking, if you're smoking yourself, get help. This is why you have the National Council on Drug Abuse.
I came in when you were presenting to the students, and they were very in tune with what you had to say. How do you feel that you represented the NCDA?
It's a good feeling, and I'm happy the message was well received. The students were quite interactive, and along with the interaction, they also learned a lot from the presentation, which I'm happy about. Vaping is a small handheld device, like an e-cigarette. So a vape contains an atomizer. That is the thing that is in the vape. And the juice that is in the vape, what is that called? It is called the e-juice, or the vape juice. And that juice in particular, it contains all the substances, right? Like the nicotine, and the nicotine is addictive. And just like the vaping device or the vapes, the same nicotine is in cigarettes.
Speaking here with Ashara Malgowan, another psychosocial officer at the NCDA. First and foremost, what is the NCDA?
All right, so the National Council on Drug Abuse is a department under the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Our main focuses are on substance misuse, and we're also big on mental health and wellness. So we're here today celebrating World No Tobacco Day 2026, which is a day where we focus on tobacco and nicotine. So we're here with some students from the Meadowbrook High School, and we also had a few other guest students from other schools who we were just interacting with. We were doing some edutainment, we were doing some sensitization as well as it relates to vaping specifically, because we realized that there is a misconception as it relates to smoking vapes and cigarettes as well as marijuana. So word on the street is that smoking the vapes or using the vapes is safer than using per se a cigarette or smoking a big head spliff. So we are just here to enlighten the students and let them be aware of what it is that they're putting inside of their bodies. We also do realize that there is a target to our students or children because of how these vape devices are made. They're very pretty, they're very attractive, and you know, students and children are, you know, they are more drawn to the prettier stuff and the things with the colors, and you see them in different flavors. They are over 500 different flavors of these vape devices. So we're just here to educate them on it and to also let them know that they are the future and we have hope in them because we want to see them shine bright like the stars they are.
Today has really said that there's a lot of knowledge gaps around the impacts of drug abuse when it's used by children. I think a lot of the young persons were interested to know particularly what are contained within these drugs. So let's say the e-cigarettes, they didn't know about the different chemicals that they contain and the different effects that it has on them. I think a lot of them see it being used by their peers and by persons around them, but they don't know what are the implications that it can have on them.
So our message primarily is substance misuse, but also the NCDA is big on psychosocial development. So I think the message is well received. The students, you know, it is something that is trending, and of course they are knowledgeable. And if we can provide all this information on vapes, and you know, they take this information, they act on this information, then we can see definitely where there'll be a reduce or a reduction in persons using vapes or substances in general.
Well, through counseling, awareness, you know, getting the students aware as to what are the dangers involved, because in fact there are indeed the dangers associated with the use, for example, of vape machine. So methods such as those are being used. Bringing groups like the group that is in today, the National Council on Drug Abuse, is indeed another method that is being used.
So one of the things I look forward to is when I list the different chemicals that are inside of these vape devices. I get the oohs and the ahs because I didn't know about that. So I look forward to the expressions from them because that's when I know that I have them grabbed and I have them hooked. So whenever I have the interaction with the students, I do know that there is some sort of impact because then I am able to know that I am inside of their brains and there's a whole lot of things going on now because they're wondering what it is that I'm actually doing with myself. You know, we may have a few students who are reluctant and, you know, they may not listen to us, but I know, and based on the work that I have been putting in, I do know that there is at least one person that I have engaged and captured with the words and with the presentations that I have been doing.
I think the children are very receptive to our sensitization sessions around the importance of generally health and how drug abuse can affect health, particularly because they sort of learn about it through different aspects of their education. So what we try to do is link it back to different key areas. And so we do work around nutrition, we do work around sexual reproductive health rights, and we also do work around youth against violence. And we try to ensure that young persons understand that it's a cross-cutting issue. So when you look at nutrition, you look at the fact that unregulated school food environments can result in young persons being exposed to drugs. It happened in a primary school recently in Jamaica. When you look at sexual reproductive health rights, you look at drugs being used to spread HIV through intravenous drug use. Yeah, and you also look at young persons turning to drugs as a means of coping and escaping reality when they're faced with violence at their homes, within schools, and within their every environment.
So you're technically advocating then that the awareness that you guys are bringing is making an impact?
Yes, it's absolutely making an impact. It's helping young persons to understand that drug abuse can have different manifestations, one, and it can come about as a result of different reasons. So it's not just because persons want to feel high or persons want to feel pleasure. It can also be, as I said, as a means of escape. It can be due to unregulated environments, and it can be used as a means of sort of getting back control of the environments around you.
They are through in the various classes in the from the guidance department. Messages are being sent in various ways, and I must say that on the basis of the number of incidents of the use, for example, of vape machines, that has decreased to an extent, and so one would want to believe on the basis of that that the message is resonating.
And when the youth them start to off and a puff, how one me go still get rub out? And boss man still a drink and skate pan toll. Drugs a kill them for them get old. Now this a young man a love people business. But rum no stops give Susie pure mischief. Cause Larry locked down with white rum and Guinness. And now him heart, he full up a pure illness. And him no stop. Addiction have him trap. Addiction take him house, him car and him job. And murderation and botheration, cause Larry can't give Susie no action.
This Drug Awareness Day, No to Tobacco Day at Meadowbrook High School is not just about lectures and things. They have entertainment galore, and this is none other than Brother Gravity, who is a part of the program today, and he's just gonna do his thing. So we're gonna give him the mic and let him do his thing. Brother Gravity.
Blessings. You don't know, it's Brother Gravity, straight out of St. Mary. I may represent for drug abuse. I may tell the youths themselves, if put down the smoking and the vaping and the excessive liquor and all them something they will mash up your system and them thing. We tell them say healthy lifestyle. And you see me have on the blindfold thing and you don't know say a tunnel vision. We tell them say a fully focused. We tell them say aware. We tell them say yo, make sure say you live good, live healthy and live clean. I make me draw down this but I see in my eye. Live clean, live healthy. Stay free from drugs and make sure say you live positive. Drugs free from the beat, yeah. Every lane, every corner. Boom. Tell your friend, tell your neighbor. No, 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 no. Say no to the smoking. Hey, say no to the Molly thing. Yo, me nah like nothing, not even paper. Me no want no edible, me no want no vapor. Me no want no cocaine, no want no ganja. Feel like my brain, make me sit down and I wonder turn this up load, make it bust like a tanker. Me no want cigarette, that a lung cancer. Go tell me uncle, go tell me grandpa. Drug-free lifestyle, man a sponsor. Hey, I don't know, Brother Gravity, straight out of St. Mary, I represent for drugs-free lifestyle. I'm here to tell you say the right style. You don't know. Boom.
In far too many cases, though, we would have had cases of repeated offenses, and so it is of concern to us. And, as I was saying to you earlier, I think one of the challenges that we face today is that the use, for example, of the vape machine is just too accessible. Students can actually procure them just about anywhere and not, for no exorbitant cost. And so it remains a fight that, I think we can't give up on. It's something that we need to stamp out.
No smoking, I said no smoking. Lower the cushion, the high rating. Go to school and stop vaping, cause this can cause lungs failing. I said no smoking, I said no smoking. Lower the cushion, the high rating. Go to school and stop vaping, cause this can cause lungs failing. No smoking, I said no smoking. My name is Tiana Ayat from Meadowbrook High School.
I am a promise. Turn to your classmate and say, you are a promise. You are smart. You are healthy. You are strong. Now you're going to look them in the eye, point in them face, and say, make sure you're not vape. Make sure you're not smoke weed. And stop drink the whole heap of soda them. All right, clap yourselves. You may be seated.
What are some of the psychological effects these drugs can have on the children?
All right, so all of the drugs affects the brain. One of the major effects it has is it basically makes the brain become stagnant. So it slows down the development of the brain. So the brain really doesn't develop fully for adults until about age 26, 27. And these are students between the ages of 12 and say 18 years old. So if they introduce these substances too early to the brain, what it does is slows down the development, so we find that they're not able to focus, they're not able to have simple conversations, stuff like that.
Tobacco affects the heart, but the real core of the matter is the Heart Foundation of Jamaica is the Secretariat for Jamaica Coalition for Tobacco Control. So that is the main reason we're here today. Tobacco Control Bill is something that we have been lobbying for, right? So we are anxiously awaiting for the tabling of this legislation in Parliament, right? And also, we are for children. So, you know, the tobacco industry is increasing different tactics that targets the youth and adolescents, and we don't want this generation to be the next set of persons that are addicted to nicotine. So the vapes and the bubblegum flavor of the vapes and those things, we're trying to get the awareness out there of the effects that nicotine has on the body so that the students and adolescents don't get addicted.
So you're saying because of the tactics in terms of making it look more user-friendly, making looking more attractive, you're saying students are gravitating towards that?
Right, and which is why I had to come on board. I had to come on board today to be at Meadowbrook to impact the lives of these students here, and I think George Headley Primary is also here. So I had to, Jamaica Coalition for Tobacco Control had to jump on board to be a part of this momentous occasion.
Yeah, man, I know see a Jay there, and we're there represent for the Meadowbrook High School, and we want to tell the youths them to stop the smoking, stop the drinking, and all of them stuff that them bad for your health. So just live your life and go about your day. I'm out.
A great way to cope with the rigors of life and stay away from drugs is exercise. This doesn't mean just hitting the gym. It could also look like walking in a nearby park in your lunchtime. If you're adventurous like myself, hiking miles away from home in some hills in a different parish could be your thing. When our bodies get moving, it reduces stress-inducing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline over time.
Push, 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 push. Over your head, over your head, over your head, over your head, over your head. There is no straight line. Reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it. Walk on this up. Reach it, 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 and wiggle. What you did?
So as you can see, we are here at the Meadowbrook High School where the National Council on Drug Abuse is here. A lot of presenters, a lot of people from various organizations is here to teach the youth about the abuse or the effects on drugs. Now, this is an interesting person here today. I don't know her name, but what's her name?
This is Pancho.
Pancho, what are you doing here today?
So that you're here to give emotional support to the children.
You hear that? Emotional support for the children. A dog is in on the take. World No Tobacco Day. Thank you, Pancho, for the interview. All right?
Me no wanna drugs in my system. Me no wanna drugs in my system. A healthy lifestyle we promoting. Cause we no want to be the next victim. Yo, me no wanna drugs. Me no wanna Molly. Me no want nothing to let me in the valley. Next thing me start act like I'm on somebody. Me no wanna cocaine. Me no wanna Molly. Everybody drug free. Happy and healthy Jamaica. Everybody drug free. Tell it to your friends and neighbors. Rep, rep.
I myself certainly learned a whole lot today about vaping. I didn't even know that vaping was so prevalent among students, among our schools in Jamaica. It is a phenomenon that we have to be mindful of. We have to do all we can. I'm happy that the National Council on Drug Abuse is doing these school tours. Today is World No to Tobacco Day here at the Meadowbrook High School, and believe you me, the children are very in tune in what is being said and the awareness that is being brought about. As we have spoken to the Vice Principal of Meadowbrook High School, and he himself would have laid out certain measures that they are putting on the table to ensure that this thing don't become an epidemic. So that's good on their part. I myself as a parent will be taking a keener interest in how my children operate among friends, wherever they go, about this thing and how they are coping, because sometimes you think you know but you don't know. So get involved with your children, get involved, ensure that you know what they're doing, what they're about. I had a wake-up call with my own children, and that's why I myself have to now paying keener attention. So on behalf of the production staff here at the Meadowbrook High School, I have been your host Melvin Pennant on this another episode of Agenda Jamaica. See you on the next one.